If you're a black man in America and you're heterosexual and you value your community and you value the history of your community, you value family, you are perceived as a threat. Now, before Senator Obama became President Obama, there were attacks on Mr. Farrakhan, Malcolm X, the Black Panther Party, Dr. King, Medgar Evers, you name it. So the things that we see today are not that new or different. It's just that we're just in a different year. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because the last few months, uh, white people have been trying to bring up Minister Farrakhan. It started over at CNN with Jake Tapper bringing up about Minister Farrakhan meeting with one of the women who organized or spearheaded the Women's March, Tamika Mallory. Now, Tamika Mallory stood her ground and said, "You're not going to tell me who I can communicate with." Now, those of us in the black community who took the time out to listen and do our own research know that Minister Farrakhan has been lied on for the last 50 to 67 years, but more so the last 34 years. And it started back in 84 during the Jesse Jackson run for president. But around about 1997, 98, or was it 99? I think it was 99 more so. Farrakhan, the media made a concerted effort not to put Farrakhan on TV anymore. And then when Farrakhan was diagnosed, what was that, 2001, with cancer, media, especially the local media, was jumping at the bit, thought that this was going to take him out. I never forget the news when it was reported. I never forget when the news anchors read the news, the white anchors. I never forgot what handkerchief heads, how they read the news. And a lot of people thought that he was out, but Farrakhan recovered. And people was like, "Oh crap, this man is still here." So they said, "We got to make sure we vilify him more." But Minister Farrakhan basically stepped to the side, so to speak. He didn't demand to be on TV anymore. He said they're not going to put him on TV anyway. They're not going to let him speak truth. So he said, "I will continue to speak truth to my people and those willing to listen." Well, I tell you this, I'm one of those people that will listen to him. Do I agree with everything Brother Minister say? No, because I don't, because no human being is going to agree with everything. But I do know the man has been lied on. Yes, are there internal struggles within the Nation of Islam? Any religious group or organization is going to have internal struggles. But that's not why I listen to him. But the thing is, they stopped putting him on TV. But then Obama comes into the picture. All of a sudden, they try to drag his name back out during certain debates. They had to take the Farrakhan litmus test. But that ain't work. Farrakhan could have easily went out there and been a thorn in Obama's side. Because Obama did get votes from Farrakhan. Obama did approach Farrakhan. Obama did use Farrakhan. But when he started running for president, he wanted to separate himself from Farrakhan. And I'll be back to Farrakhan later because this has happened recently with some other politicians, talking heads. But during that time frame of Obama running for office, Reverend Wright was a new bad guy. He was a new anti-Semite. He was a new anti-white. He was a new anti-American black, which is not true. The man served 2 branches of the United States military, was part of the operating team that operated on Lyndon Johnson back when President Johnson was still president. A lot of people forget that or don't know it. He came to Chicago and grew a church, a congregation that's respected across ethnicities. Or at least it was until people got the heat put on them to separate themselves. Well, not all of them, but enough did. Because he spoke the truth that every black pastor has spoken to for years about this country. And the media purposely took his words and twisted them. CBS, no, let me start what Fox started it. ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN, NBC, MSNBC. Ooh, excuse me. But the people that shocked me who took his words and twisted it and gave cover to was Roland Martin. Now Roland lived in Chicago for a while. He was over at the Chicago Defender. He had a radio show on WVON. But because Tavis Smiley and Tom Joyner got into it, and CNN was always finding a way to go find black talking heads, Roland became the it boy. So Roland head got swole. He started talking shit about Reverend Wright. Reverend Wright showing out. Roland literally talked shit about Reverend Wright, knowing of him, knowing his importance to the community, to religious community. When he did that, Tamara Hall joined in. But then guess who else joined in, if y'all remember? Soledad O'Brien. Soledad O'Brien was talking about him on TV because he spoke honestly, because he told white folk how he felt. Wow. We act like that he did something wrong, but then didn't Roland get a nigga moment? Didn't Tamara get a nigga moment? Didn't Soledad get a nigga moment? And I warned y'all, I said, at some point it's going to happen. It may not happen then, right then and that, but it's going to happen. Remember, Roland was at CNN. Roland thought he was going to get that prime time slot. Remember, Roland was filling in. You know the slot that Dunn Lemon had? That was supposed to be Roland. But Roland wasn't a complete coon. Tamara Hall went over there and talked that shit about Reverend Wright. She thought she was in. She thought her looks. She thought that was gonna keep her. What did NBC tell her? Bye-bye. Soledad O'Brien worked at NBC, worked at CNN, had built a career, known property. CNN said, we don't need you no more, Soledad. What did they say to her? Bye-bye. The other day, Soledad O'Brien was talking about CNN and how they hire racists. Really, Soledad, they did that when you was there. You didn't when they was doing those Black in America specials. You didn't trip. You didn't trip about them talking about Rick Santorum and them people coming on. Oh, I forgot. Soledad's black, but it's convenient. I mean, Soledad has been doing her thing for years. They got rid of her like nothing. But now another Negro got a nigga moment that was talking shit about Dr. Fresh Quest Welsing, Reverend Wright, Minister Farrakhan, Bill Cosby, Marc Lamont Hill. He got fired from CNN. Now, let me remind y'all about Marc Lamont Hill. He used to work over at Fox with Bill O'Reilly when Bill O'Reilly needed a token black. And Marc Lamont Hill had no problem because they thought they was going to use Boyce Watkins. They needed a black professor. So Marc Lamont Hill said, I fill in. When Bill O'Reilly got tired of looking at him and need him more, they said, replace him with them white blonde-haired, peroxide blonde-haired white women. That's how Megyn Kelly came to prominence. Then all of a sudden, Marc Lamont Hill went to the HuffPost. HuffPost had an agenda. White women had an agenda with HuffPost. Bash black men. Bash black people, period. But black men more so. When that Bill Cosby thing started, the next day, and I keep telling y'all, this is planned, the very next day, not the day after, or 2 days after, or a week later, the very next day, just like on the Today Show, Matt Law was talking to one of the so-called Cosby victims. He had Tommy Davidson on there joking about Bill Cosby, yo, he deserved it, yo. And Tommy said, I don't know why you would say that. Yeah, what do you think about Hannibal? And Tommy knew, he said, it was wrong for him to do it. Tommy Davidson even knew it was bad. But Mark Hill said, well, Bill Cosby was criticizing black people. Y'all push that lie that a lot of black folks and white folks have been throwing out here to the community that he was just talking shit about black folk. No, Bill Cosby critique a certain mindset in our community. And you so-called intellectual motherfuckers, you dashiki wearing motherfuckers, don't want to call out there's a group of people in our community who are parasites, just like within the white community and the other community. Some reason when black folks we don't want to be critical at all about anything in our community. Or at least some of us had that mindset. Dr. Francis Wellesley for years had talked about homosexuality and the effects of how it predicted where our community was going to be. She said this in the 1960s. This woman was a trained psychologist. She was a doctor. She studied this. This woman came up with all kinds of things that today have come true. Sister wasn't even dead 5 hours. He was bad mouthing on social media, talking about it negative. This little motherfucker right here who I suspect got a limp wrist. He got caught talking about Reverend Wright. Reverend Wright, he was wrong for saying that. There was the hateful speech. Da-da-da-da. He didn't talk about Kanye publicly. Just a few weeks ago, the media was pointing out to him about Minister Farrakhan. He ran away from Farrakhan. Yeah, it's anti-Semitism. Wait a minute, hold on. You're supposed to be educated. You're supposed to be down with the community. But you regurgitating lies. You know damn well Farrakhan didn't say what they said he said. You know Reverend Wright wasn't anti-America or wanted to hurt anybody. You know Dr. Chris Wellesley was on point about what she said about black men wearing dresses and being feminized. You know Cosby wasn't talking shit about all blacks. But you wanted to get points with people, just like Soledad and Roland and Tamara and many others out here. And I had predicted, I said, he going to get his nigga moment. May it happen today, may it happen tomorrow, but he's going to get it. And once again, I told you so, I told you so. What happened? He got fired from CNN. Because he had the audacity to question Israel in the whole Palestinian conflict. Now, let me tell you who fired him. Jeff Zucker. Now, you guys probably heard me mention Jeff Zucker's name before. You guys don't know who he is. He's working at NBC. He got to start working as an assistant on the Today Show. He worked his way up to producer. He's credited for turning the Today Show around. Remember when everybody was talking about the Today Show was a juggernaut, and then somehow Good Morning America came around and took that slot? Well, no reason why Good Morning America took their slot. Because Good Morning America was more diverse with they reporters and anchors, meaning they put more black faces on than NBC did. Y'all thought putting Al Roker on there, that was going to be it. Yeah. But anyways, Zucker got promoted from doing the Today Show to be head of NBC. He the one that accelerated Jay Leno leaving. He the one that put Conan O'Brien in the slot. But Jay Leno didn't want to watch, so he said, well, let's do this. Let's put Jay Leno in prime time and put Conan, get him start the Tonight Show, and then we'll bring Jimmy Fallon in. But he fucked that all up. So Conan had to leave NBC. They put Jay Leno back on the rest of his contract, and Jimmy took Conan's spot. He made poor choices in TV shows. He canceled shows that shouldn't have been canceled. But that Jay Leno, Conan O'Brien, Jimmy Fallon shit, that blew up in his face. So NBC said not bye, because he was fucking with. Cause remember, Comcast had just bought NBC. They wasn't gonna let that shit happen. It happened under new ownership. NBC got rid of Keith Olbermann. You think they didn't give a fuck about Jeff Zucker? They got rid of his ass, and he was in no man's land for a minute until Sam Zell, owner of WGN, the Tribune Company or whatever it is now, they was gonna bring Jeff Zucker in to run Tribune, the entertainment portion. Thank God he didn't. CNN was started calling to Warner Brothers, said, "Come on here, bring Jeff Zucker over to CNN. Let him come over to CNN." And the first thing y'all seen, he made sure he wanted to clean house. And who he got rid of? Roland, Rick Sanchez, and them. Anybody that questioned white supremacy or Jewish supremacy. Remember, Rick Sanchez critiqued John Stewart, who's a so-called Jewish man. They got rid of Rick Sanchez quick. Now, y'all know I'm not a fan of Roland Martin, but they got rid of him quick. And you know how they got rid of him? They accused him of saying something that he didn't say or do. They used Roland's wife as another callous. Well, you know she's a pastor or some religious person. I can't remember exactly her position or something. And they said she was criticizing the gay community. But Roland was the one that y'all got rid of. Y'all hid behind the man's wife. Jeff Zucker did that. Notice all the black male talent, straight male talent disappeared. T.J. Holmes, all the rest of them, they all disappeared when Jeff Zucker got to CNN. The only one that survived that purge was Don Lemon. And we all know what Don Lemon did and said since he's been at CNN. Jeff Zucker makes sure that you, as a black news anchor reporter, stay on that same page. But if you even think that you're going to step off that page or change it or whatever how you want the term you want to use, he'll put you in your place and you're fired. He had no problem hiring George Zimmerman from a lawyer. He had no problem hiring Rick Sanchez and many other racists. Matter of fact, so the other mind the other day talked about CNN being racist. Calling out CNN hiring practice. She didn't say, when she said CNN, she means Jeff Zucker. He's the big boss to run CNN, HLN, and so forth. He's the one that decided let's do more documentaries and shit. He's the one that gave Charles Barkley a platform to go out there and coon and buffoon and destroy black folk. He's the one that when Stephen A. Smith come on occasion and spill rant about black people. He's the one that let them white women come on and basically push that lie that black men are more predatory or that catcall video. He's the big boss. We sat back and let this motherfucker go into CNN with an agenda. Trust me, watch the style of stories that's coming. Watch how the Jewish men and women have gotten on CNN and said the most outrageous things about the black community, and black folks complain, nothing happened. Black people like they're about to say something about the Jewish community. Anti-Semitism, get rid of them. I mean, think about it. Roland got kicked out. Soledad got kicked out. Tony Harris, and many others. All them black people. Only one that's still at CNN is Don Lemon and I can't think of the sister to be on the weekend. But she in the afternoon. I can't think of her name right now. What other blacks do you have? You got talking heads. You got guests. Look at Paris Denard. He got on said the most outrageous shit about black folk. But as soon as some white woman come along and say he did something inappropriate, what do? They got rid of Paris Denard. Think about it for a second. He got rid of Marc Lamont Hill, because Marc Lamont Hill, dumbass, thought that he was making points or getting some brownie points by going in and say, you're going to talk about Israel and Palestine. Look, let me break it down to you. We may have an opinion of the black community who's right and who's wrong, but as I said in my videos prior, both of them motherfuckers fuck us over. Well, that land they call Israel or Palestine, how do you want to look at it? That's not their ancestral homeland. And to make it so bad, these so-called Arabs and them, these motherfuckers want to be like white folk. When over there, they fuck with darker skinned blacks or darker skinned Arabs, how you want to look at them. They get over here, they fuck with us. These motherfuckers, a lot of them are suntan away from being called black. In fact, that's what they call them sand niggas. That's where that term comes from, sand niggas. Think about that for a second. Over in Israel, they're sterilizing and killing black folks over there. And nobody said Netanyahu hate black folks with a passion. Y'all remember how disrespectful he was to President Obama. Marc Lamont thought he was gonna get some points from people by talking. No, man. Jewish people don't want you talking about Israel because they don't want you criticizing them. Marc Lamont thought he was in there and he thought he was respected. CNN got rid of his ass quickly. This is Karm coming by him on his ass. Just a few weeks ago, they was saying you were seen with Farrakhan. Well, Farrakhan anti-Semitism. Senator Meeks from New York, Congressman Meeks, excuse me, he did that. What's the brother, brother Minnesota, I can't think of his name right now. They came after him, he threw Farrakhan under the bus. You Negroes out here, go out here and defend everybody else, but the moment you call out particular people, they quick to cut your throat, but just sit back and throw your own under a bus. Mark, he's stupid. He going out there talking about the Israeli-Palestine. Man, I don't give a fuck about that. Them motherfuckers treat us, they both treat us the same way, nasty. When they come over to our this country and our community, look how they treat us like we're gonna come in and take something from them. Motherfuckers practice got poor hygiene, all kinds of shit. They had the nerve to thumb their nose down on you. You defending them, but you wouldn't give a sister a moment of silence. You attacked her because she called out homosexuality in the community. You sit up here and talk shit about R. Kelly, Bill Cosby. You didn't talk about a long list of black folk. You get on CNN first thing somebody says about racism. Well, I don't know what's in a person heart. Instead of just saying, hey man, it is racist. You duck and dodge all the questions. I'm sick and tired of black folks like Marc Lamont Hill playing both sides. And the thing is, they know that most black folks ain't paying attention to the news. That's why they do what they do. But when you talk about Israel and stuff, everybody's ears perk up, especially when it comes from a black person. They call you an anti-Semite. And the thing is, this dude took up for Israel, or Jews, or so-called Jews as I call them. But the moment like he's calling out that they behaving toward the Palestinians, now they want to shut it. They talking about he need to be fired from his university job. If they fire from your university job, then you're gonna see how so many others have felt. You was out there champion that they destroyed Cosby, but now they finna come after you. I keep telling y'all that you can't say what you want about other groups and don't be no repercussions. But you join in and bashing your own people. Let me tell you, when he talked that shit about Dr. Francis Cress Wells, and I said, this motherfucker need his ass whooped. This dude sat there and talked about Bill Cosby on various entertainment shows and talk shows and just said he's guilty. Man, even have his day in court. You didn't defend Nate Parker, Burford Nation. You critique Nate Parker. See, y'all need to go back. This brother critiqued a lot of black folk. We got to stop allowing black folk like Marc Lamont Hill to be the voice on TV. And then when white folk get tired of him, then they need to be called out like, wait a minute. When he was talking shit about us and stuff, y'all was cool. Y'all gave him a platform. But the moment he criticized one of y'all, somebody y'all know, all of a sudden, y'all say all bets are off. He got to go. That's what they do. Jeff Zucker and them know exactly what they doing. I told y'all Marc Lamont Hill was going to get his karma one of these days. He thought they needed him. They don't need him. They need a figurehead. They need, or not a figurehead. They need a talking head that can come on and spout what they want them to spout and go about the business. Soledad O'Brien, Mark Hill, Roland Martin, all of them. Y'all think that y'all in. But the moment y'all critique our community, they love you. They play y'all in the endless loop. They regurgitate y'all talking points. But say something about one another, especially about these so-called Jews. You're done. Do I feel sorry for him? Fuck no, because he brought it on himself. He think he the smartest cat on TV. He ain't that smart. He was blessed to go to school and be able to parlay that into college and whatnot. These Negroes forget that white folk only need them for a short period of time. Once they figure out how to push their buttons or how to get them to talk for them, they keep them around. When they don't want them no more, they get rid of them. Yesterday, I bet you Mark Lamont Hill was like, "What? They fired me?" But I'm Mark Lamont Hill. Yeah, that's right. You Mark Lamont Hill. You got a reputation, and any black person that around here to try to defend him and these other Negroes out here, y'all need your head examined. You people don't give a damn about the black experience. But you question one of them or whatnot, you the bad guy. Jeff Zucker knew exactly what he was doing when he got rid of Marcus Lamont Hill and the rest of them. White folks come on CNN all day and say all kinds of racist shit to the community. One of these days, we're going to realize that we can't talk to everything in the public. This is why they don't want us on social media. I mean, he thought he was in. Yeah, I talked about Bill Cosby. I talked about Dr. Francis Kerr Wilson. I talked about this person, that person. You thought you was on a roll. You got smacked down hard. This is going to teach these Negroes something. I don't feel sorry for Malcolm Hill. Because the last few months, he ain't done shit that was just questionable. Last few years, he said shit that's questionable. Full of shit. Jeff Zucker knew exactly what he was doing. And for Soledad to come out the other day talking about how racist he ain't in, you worked all them years. It wasn't racist when you was there? Come on. But y'all gotta wake the fuck up.